Hello, hello, namaste, everybody. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for your patience. And I'm very happy to be sitting here with you. And thank you. Very good, very good, very good. So here we are. Yes. Yes.
Hello, Mooji.
Hello.
About a year and a half ago, a good friend gave me a book, and she never gives books, and said to me, read this. It was one of your books, and which led me to check you out on internet, and I was amazed. I was, to use an expression they use in this country, though different, I was blown away to feel your presence and your power. And I encouraged the friends also to see if they could experience. And for me, your focus on self-inquiry encapsulates the essence of the teaching that I've been following.
Yes.
It's so ruthlessly direct and extremely exposing to the personal, to the subject.
Yes.
And I have been as much, it's become part of my life of inquiry, and the experience of presence that I so value, and the taste of being behind presence, the taste of that immensity of silence. So special, and at the same time there's a kind of sweet agony, because as that is experienced, it seems the mind, the thinking, follows me, or follows into the experience as almost a continuous commentary.
The commentary itself from the mind is also perceived.
Yes.
The commentary is also perceived, and so it must be treated also like any other phenomenon, any other movement, you see, rather than, looking at it with so much respect. It is merely some sort of old reflex and habit. This commentary is going on, but it must be treated like any other phenomenon that appears in the consciousness. So it is witnessed, but there is no relationship being formed with it, because if a relationship is formed with it, who is it commenting to? See, if there's a commentary going on, who is affected by this commentary, you must find out, because this commentary must be commenting for someone, you see, and so, and the one who is disturbed by it is the one to whom it's commenting, you see. And you must look if the one who is disturbed by it is that one the self. Is it you? Is it your own self? This is where it becomes very subtle, but it is going to pop open, actually. What happens is that you're taking ownership for the disturbance, because the commentary being made by the mind is a sort of habit, some kind of reflex psychologically, that is still operating a subtle form of personhood to take delivery for this commentator's voice. But both the one who is commenting about the pure experience and the one who is affected by the experience are both phenomenal to a seer who is not touched by it, you see. Because even the feeling, somehow a bit of indignation. You say, oh my God, even in this pristine space where, it is seen that there's just this magnificent silence, it's unending silence. And then Mr. Mind comes in and goes, yes, very well, and how well you have done, and how wonderful. Now you can begin to do this, and then something goes, oh no, not you. You are here too? yes, I'm here. We did this together. Don't you remember? This type of thing. And so again, the very attack, is giving an opportunity to find fresh space that is untouched. So it means a deeper inquiry, a deeper space of observing opens up, you see. It's almost as though the mind relationship that has been formed with the presence becomes so corrupt that it's polluted everything it touches, you see, in a sense, experientially. And so every ground that you've touched, it's turned it into some sort of mess. And like this, you're running out of moves. You're standing on 1 square foot of earth left. You think, oh my God, how can this happen? I just want to be free. How can I'm being restricted? But this one who speaks, it must also be in the final looking to see that this one also is phenomenal. It is also perceived. You see, and this is where it is biting a bit, because a tremendous amount of energy has gone into somehow investing a belief and identity with that one, you see. It is the favorite hanging out place for the consciousness in its spiritual life. In its mode of a spiritual seeker, the consciousness is established itself as the one who is moving on, the one who is the evolving seeker and getting better, and still here, the serpent's voice is there. You see? So then where to go? And then you must go beyond this seeker also. Even that you don't go, it's not a going movement. It must be recognized that that movement is also seen, and it is seen from your total stillness. Not the stillness as an action made, but the silence which is absolutely untouched and untouchable by the phenomenal movement arising as mind, like this. You come to see it. It is something that you sometimes, I say, at a certain stage, you go home, get inside your sleeping bag, zip yourself in, don't come out, and you contemplate this over and over again. Find this disturbed one, you see, try and identify it, locate it, and if it is located, you see, if it is perceived, yes, I've caught him. Who are you who caught him? Even. Yes. Don't think, just look, and your intent, not polluted by identity, will reveal so much as direct experience and pure seeing, you see. And so you will, and others I hope, will begin to speak more in the present tense, because the nature of that, the beingness, is that it is not whatever is past, it is left. Like everything is like some clouds passing. yesterday, there are moments maybe just like today, which is as tangible, as real, as felt as this moment is. And yet that is past also, and irretrievable. You cannot turn backwards and touch something from behind from yesterday and bring it forward today as a sample of what is yesterday. Everything that is experienced through the mind, and it is like that, is nothing new. Maybe freshly observed, but it is the nature of the traffic of sensations that are experienced as thoughts or emotion or feelings. They are all doing that. But something witnesses this. And somehow in the witnessing of this, there is a total sense of completeness, of contentment, if I can use words like that now. And a deep joy. I go as far as a deep joy. You see? It is completely beyond abuse, beyond being affected. It is your own self. All that you see, all that is observable or experienced through the senses or the mind is phenomenal to you. And none of it means anything were you not here. You are the most important factor. Your entire life has been in some way your life according to you, as you have perceived it. And it is fine. It is the same for everyone, in fact. But the power of your life is in your being, and not so much in your becoming even. You are so, all of you, you are so absolutely pure in nature. But we manifest in the life as entities who are on a sort of journey to self-discovery. Perhaps you can say this urge to discover the true nature is itself not. It's not just it. It's the whole design of the life. It's not just a mistake that an individual makes. It is like it's a part of this manifestation that consciousness, in its expression as a human being, will taste intense identity or varying forms, the varying force of identity with the instrument through which it is expressing itself. You may call the body, and to take the conditioning that arose around the body to be the fact of what it is, rather than the fiction of what it is, and become deluded for some period of time, and then at some point some yearning, some urge will arise to stop embracing that which is ephemeral by nature, and to search for what is unchanging. It is not it is just inherent in the consciousness. As I said before, it is as though consciousness creates the sense of a problem in order to experience transcending it. And it seems to me this whole life is such a play. But I would love to hear also, whichever angle you are coming from. We're all coming from the same one source in terms of our dynamic expression as individuality. That is fine, but it must be discovered, your own source being. And all of this is possible for me while we are speaking. If the openness is there, the urge or the yearning, and the grace and timing is there, everything is totally possible. Because if truth is truth, meaning that it is said to be eternal, limitless, natural, imperishable, it must be here now. It cannot be limited by time. And if it is here now, what prevents our recognition of that? We must find out. It's a beautiful exploration, but it brings pain with it also. Not the pain that comes from the true, but the pain that comes from the exposure of the untrue, and the willingness or unwillingness to let go of it. It's easier than that even. The more empty the consciousness is of content, the brighter it shines. And I hope we'll be able to see that demonstrated this very evening.
Yes. Thank you so much, Roger.
Thanks to you.
We love you so much.
It's mutual.
Hello, Mooji.
Namaste. Very good. Adam.
I'm not sure exactly what to say, just that I really wanted to. Felt it's a good time to speak with you, be a little or just have this.
Yes.
There is a place that, in a way, everything is seen as not I at the moment, like as a stage. And today, I think I read in White Fire, there is a period that everything is not you, and then there is a period where everything is you. So for a while I was thinking, maybe I will ask, when does everything that is not you become everything that is you? But then you go on to say that, who is it that any of these things are adhering to?
Yes.
This all sounds too mental at the moment. I don't want to come mental, but in a way it's not.
Yes.
It's been it was wonderful in Monte Sahaja when I was there to get a taste for the the people, the place. Everything was so alive with the intention and the presence. And since then, it's been part of in my world, whether I should be there, not the Sahaja. Somehow I go to a place where I feel it's a growing place of trust that what needs to happen will happen. I don't have to necessarily make it happen.
What about what doesn't happen? Because we are always looking what will happen, and the reason why we are always looking forward to what is the next thing to happen is because we are not content in the present thing as it is. So this happening is actually some kind of habit, I guess, to anticipate that, okay, perhaps the next event or the next action will be a better action than what I'm experiencing at the moment. And this is something right across cultures and conditioning, all different things. It's a habit, a human habit, perhaps like that. But I am more concerned about what does not happen. If something doesn't happen, and in its presence, happenings happen, so to speak, like you're going to work or waking up and making breakfast and, sending an email to your friends or paying your bills, and all of that dynamic expression of life is taking place in the presence of something that perceives all of it, but itself is not a happening. There is a stillness there. If that stillness was not there, nobody could be alive right now. It's just that we are not conscious of it. And we give little value to it. Because in our world, time is money, time is opportunity, time is everything, you see. So people are very agitated, excited, but not happy, actually. So I often will go to this place, what is it that does not happen? Because we feel that there's excitement, there's possibility, there's potential in what is expected to happen, what is wished to happen, but no value in what does not happen. The self is not an event. The realization of the self, you may say, the recognition of what the self is, that may appear to be a happening, but the self itself is not a happening. It is the only stable thing there is. Everything else is a cloud passing by. And this did not begin with the birth of this body. It has been the nature of the consciousness in expression. If we can speak in a very practical way, if I can say like that. Everything that you see, in this moment, you're sitting in this room, you're aware of the ambient of this room, of the beings who are sitting with you. Perhaps you are familiar with them. You have hugged before, you have talked, you have shared your experiences. You have a sense of that, and of the smell in the room, and the temperature, and all of these things. You perceive them. And yet, these perceptions change momentarily. They change. But that which witnesses their change, is that changing? It perceives the change, subtle and gross changes. Please look from yourself. Whoever wishes to look. You're sitting here. You're aware of your body, sitting where you are right now. You're aware of, if I should say certain things like, how is your breathing? And you're aware of this without having to leave the room or to look at some kind of equipment. You're aware of your breathing. You're aware of your sense of comfort or the state of your mind at present. Maybe it feels a little confused or agitated or excited or feeling some movement. All of this you perceive without moving 1 millimeter from where you are. Who is doing the perceiving? It is simply happening by itself. The perceiving of, or the functioning of perception is just happening spontaneously. What witnesses this? What is aware of this? You know there's an awareness of it, but can we point to anything that you can say, this is aware of it? You may say, I am aware of it. No?
Mooji, when I sit and I like contemplate this,
Yes.
then I can reach a place which is very quiet and everything passes in front of it,
Yes.
in a way,
Yeah.
thoughts.
Okay.
And there's a slow just relaxation in that, not having to
Yes.
even give an answer as to what it is.
Yes.
Just be there.
Yes. But and
it seems to affect everything. It's very beautiful.
but is it affected by anything? It seems to affect everything, but is it affected by anything?
It seems not to.
Yes. And so, what now? Then the mind comes and says, yes, but you cannot live like this. I have bills to pay and things to do. My life has many demands and so on. That was a nice little exercise, a nice little experience. But, how does that help my life? Mine will come like this. Your parents will come like this. Your grandparents' voice will come like this. Your peers will come like this. Whatever will come as a voice in your head that says, yes, okay, it's very nice, but it's not practical. Is it possible to live like this?
Yes.
Yes, yes. How?
How not to, in a way.
Yes, yes. It's not a technique. It's not a way of life. Then where will your life come from if you simply stay like this? Would your life be as interesting as your your admired friends or something? Will your life be as valuable? And what will determine the value of your life? Why is it not every day like this for you? Is life more than this?
What you said before, that everything passes.
Yes.
It's like we die every moment.
Yes.
Everything that is our life.
But that which witnesses life, does that die every moment? You see, these are living questions, and you must answer with living answers, meaning that you see it inside your being. You feel what my questions are. You feel them inside your being. I'm not a lecturer, and you are not simply doing some kind of, you answer from your being, from your insights, from your ability, from your wisdom. Everything passes. That's not a tragic observation.
It's a liberating.
Yes. Whatever the speed that each thing that occurred to you moves, does not affect the consciousness that it appears in. Some clouds move very slowly, others move very swiftly, but it does not affect the total sky. Your being is like this total sky. The only thing that seems to create some agitation is when we are identifying ourselves as a particular picture, a preference, an intention, imagination, and the life is not fitting into your projections. Then you may feel upset. But actually, when you come back to your root being, you come back to a kind of neutrality and emptiness. Now, most people in the world are not ready to hear that emptiness is their greatest place, because it's not our conditioning. You have not been brought up by your parents to be nobody. You've been brought up to be the best somebody you can be. But in real discovering, you come to a place of total silence, a total emptiness. Experience this. And whatever the mind says about it, it is greater still. And you did not put it there. And you are not keeping this silence. You are not keeping this peace. There's peace, but you are not a peacekeeper. You are just discovering. So what needs to change? Actually, whatever needs to change, automatically change. Because that change, when you realize your true state, is not coming through your person. It is coming as a universal change. This something is up on the screen here. You're running out of disk space. It says I'm running out of disk space. Yeah, this is mine, you see. I'm running out of disk space. What it means, I'm running out of disk space.
I don't know.
Yeah, you see, me too, I don't know.
Maybe you're recording this. And
We are recording. Yes, we are recording. I love to record these talks because I would send it to you so that you listen again, so that things that you miss, because very often in life, the things you hear, you don't really hear deeply. And maybe second and third time, or sometimes people are translating. When they have to translate, they have to open up much more of themselves. They have to be much more open to it. And so whatever is being said enters more deeply into their being. So translating or transcribing something like of this nature is a most powerful sadhana, because you are totally at one with it. And it's assimilated in your being much more deeply. Listening again also helps. But I want to come back to you there, because we came to a place that says you started by saying when I come back, when I come to this place. You see? So there's this place and there's you who come back to it. Which of these two is the greater reality? The space which is there, or the you who come back to it?
each time this happens, it feels more like, rather than coming back, than clearing out that which is noisy, that kind of distracts from the attention or the noticing of the emptiness, so to speak.
Yes.
It's trying to put words.
Yes, yes. Can I say something to you? I want to say something. I don't know who will catch it, what I say. Because I've said before, I said, I am. Before the thought that I could forget myself, or that I need to remember myself, was learnt or believed. I'll say it again. I am. Before the idea arose that I need to remember myself, or that I could forget myself, was learnt or believed. So we were taught or something, by identifying with the body, something created a sense of dichotomy, a sense of separation. And in that separation is born the desire to meet again, to unite again with your original nature. But all of this is dreamed. Because you can never not be your original nature. But simply what happens is that you're not conscious of it. And how did this unconsciousness come about? Was it a spell? Or did we learn to become unconscious of ourselves and believe that? This is the kind of thing that you may have to listen to again and again until it just comes clear. Because the greatest thing is not what you know, not so much studied knowledge, but a kind of harmony, synchronicity, a tuning in. We have an idea that there's something we need to do to be what we are. That idea, believed, has a tremendous force in it. It perpetuates and strengthens the idea of separation.
It seems like the natural, so to speak, state that we're, I speak for myself, I guess not only this, the natural tendency is to be constantly in a state of identification with thoughts, feelings, and so when you speak about the natural state, is what you're speaking of, it seems it is become the natural state as we become to be identified.
Yes. When we are identified personally, then it's natural to be a person ego. When you wake up to the truth of what you are, you're effortlessly the self. And if you had 5 minutes to totally be clear about this, to totally get this, will you do it? If you had 5 minutes, if a clock was pushed now for 5 minutes, at the end of which you don't exist anymore, you're dead, and you have 5 minutes to be totally clear about your true nature, your true position. Could you use this 5 minutes? Would it even need 5 minutes? Suppose you drop the idea that you needed time to be yourself. Suppose you drop the idea that you needed time and practice to be what you are. And you don't pick up any other ideas. Just you drop this idea and don't pick up any new ones. We can try. We have a little bit of time now for everybody. Please, all of you, at the back of the room, front of the room, because for me, looking at you, there's no back of room and there's just a TV screen. So all of you are in the same frame for me. Suppose you drop the idea that you needed time to be who you are, and you don't pick up any other ideas for a moment. Do you need 5 minutes to do this? And by dropping the idea that you need time to know who you are, it's not a belief. What will be left? If you drop the idea that you need time to become yourself, for a moment, you just drop this idea that you need time to be who you are, okay? And you need practice. If you drop this idea, okay, just for 1 minute while we are speaking, okay? And you don't pick up any new ideas. Any problem? Treat it as a little exercise, a little game. Let's have a play. But you must not have any idea about who you are or who you should be. Then what remains now? Maybe your mind tells you, listen, this is not useful. It's just another trick and that's another idea, but I want something more permanent. This is how the mind talks, you see. And this is how easily we believe also. Suppose you didn't listen to anything at all, anything that comes from your mind. You just didn't pay it any attention. And you drop the idea that you need quick time, quit unexpectedly. You drop this idea and that you need time and practice to be completely who you are. Just drop it for a moment. Don't pick up any new ideas. What will be here as it is? What will be here now? What is here now? Anybody can answer this one?
Seeing.
Yeah, seeing what?
Sense of myself.
Yes. As what? Please keep it for a second. As what? Yourself as what? Any description there?
No.
And how you know it's yourself then?
I don't know. I just know.
You just know. I like it like that, you know. Yes. Yes. You don't know, first answer, because it's the usual expectations from a question like that, is that you should know. But then you say, no, I don't know, but somehow I do know. It's myself. Yes. Yeah. Does it have any content, any history?
At the moment, no.
No. Is it a disappointing feeling?
No.
No.
On the contrary.
On the contrary, you see. And the only thing that can satisfy is experience, not thought. This is not a thinking. This is your experience. Satsang is about experience and confirmed in your experience. You don't need a story. You don't need any context. You don't need a past. You don't need to have a future or any dreams. And yet, do you feel lacking in yourself right now?
No.
Not at all, you see. Can this wear off? Can it fade? Look, before you answer, look. Can it fade? Can it go away? And how? What is it that is here? Is it more like something or like nothing?
It's more like everything.
It's like everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is more true of your experience, that you are everything or that you are nothing?
don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's okay. Right now you're empty of any of the usual content of the mind. Nothing is sticking to you. Nothing is sticking to you. Tell them what it is like.
It's free.
Yes. How can it end or change? This. It is not a state of mind, is it? Is it a state of mind?
No.
No. Can it go away?
I don't want to think about it.
I want you to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
Did it come from somewhere? Did it come from somewhere?
it appeared.
Yes. Yes. Actually, it's felt like that, but it's not it appeared, but yourself disappeared.
I appear. Okay.
Yes. Your old idea of yourself disappeared, and your true nature is seen. It has always been here. It was like a veil that's been peeled away, and this seems to appear, but it was always here. I have to say this because your mind wants to think that it appeared, which means that it was not here before. And so if it appeared, it will also disappear. But that is not what happened. It did not appear. It was always here, but now it is recognized. And that's a huge difference, you see. Because if you say it appears and then tomorrow you say, it's gone. The mind covers it, it's gone again. No, it's not gone. It has never gone, because it is infinite, which means that there's nowhere it is not. And there's no time that it is not. But that which appeared presently to be real, which is false, has been hiding it somehow. But from who? The reason why I ask you is I'm going to ask you before your mind asks you. Because when I ask you, you're safe, because we can clarify. But when the mind asks you, it will try and put doubts in your mind. It will try and bring up your mind again. Yes. If I say to you, remain empty, and then who am I talking to? You see? Because if I tell you remain empty, then unconsciously you're thinking, so sometimes I can't, sometimes I'm full, I can't be empty. So it's telling me to be empty. But if I tell you, you are emptiness, you are this space, it has no real description, you see. Then it doesn't matter what appears in front of it. It does not change. You have the name Merav, no? What is the name you have? What is your name? Your name?
Yes.
Yes.
Merav.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you go out in the day, you have many things happening. You have to do intense things. Do you ever forget you are Merav?
No.
No. And do you remember you are Merav? You don't remember you are Merav. You're not thinking I'm Merav.
No.
Yes. So you neither remember nor forget it. It is there. Yes. If somebody calls you Jennifer, you will not answer. But if someone calls you Merav, without time needed to think, you will answer. Your consciousness is quicker than that. It is there. It never moves. Now you're sitting in your right place. You're in your full power. You're in your full power, and therefore you're happy. You're naturally happy. You don't need an event or something or a gift. You are naturally happy now. Because an unhappy state is removed from you simply by your understanding, your insight. And why I ask you, can it wear out? I provoke this question in you, you see. And you are the only one who can answer this question now. How it can wear out? Where is peace until you discover it? Where was it? Where was freedom until you found it? Did it come from another country? That's very good. Yeah. When I want to say to you, stay like this, is not that you should do anything to stay like this. It simply means keep loving yourself like this. Not to work. Just keep enjoying and loving what you are like this. You see? Because your mind wants to say it is an experience. And if it says, if you believe it is an experience, it will pass. But it is not an experience in that way. It is you. And it is the perfume arising from your heart that you experience as peace. It is you. It cannot go away. It is not a cloud. It is the entire sky. Would somebody else want to say something now? Thank you.
Oh my God. I'm so excited. It's like incredible too that you are here, really. Like we can talk to you. But I said to myself, if he's here, he's like really here, I have to talk to him. I have to. So I guess my question is, it seems to me kind of stupid now after what you said, because it feels so right. But, okay, I need to get to it somehow. It's like sometimes I feel like there are thoughts that are so scary, and it seems like I think, no, if anyone will know what I'm thinking, they will think I'm crazy. Or I don't know really how to explain it, but it nibble me, and it like, you know, that's dangerous. You're not supposed to be thinking that or things. But now after you said what you said, it's like you allow me to let it go.
Yeah. Yes. Also, I would like to say, each one has permission to experience the craziest thoughts, the most absurd thoughts. You see? Because until a thought appeared in your mind, did you know it was coming?
I guess it's another thought, but it seems sometimes I like make myself think things that like to test myself.
I see.
Can I deal with that?
Yes. Because this is the thoughts that you retained from the last time. The thoughts you retained from last time that you enjoy, you want to play with them and enjoy them again. Like this. Or use them, you say, to test yourself. Like that, you see. And so where we are going with this now?
I don't know. I just had to talk to you. But I guess you kind of covered it with the last
Yes.
things you said.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I listen to you, you cover it, and then it's, I believe, like, or I go with something else, and then it's a, oh, this one is like really severe. You can't let it go so fast.
Yeah, yes.
But I guess you can.
Is what you become accustomed to. At a certain point, no thoughts will have such a grip on you. This is what is called freedom, you see. You are not afraid of thoughts. It's not that you are afraid of thoughts. What is not the thoughts that's the trouble, is the attachment to them and how much investment and identity you create with them. That's what gives off the bad smell. But thoughts by themselves, you see, a thought without belief has no power at all. But a thought with belief can create a war even. You see, so it's belief and identity that energizes the thought, and then, you know, it kind of enters your inner kingdom in some way. Now, sometimes we believe we must be very passionate about thoughts. That's a dangerous thought, because you don't have to be passionate to perceive a thought clearly. In fact, the more neutral you are, the more clear you see things. The more you are invested energetically with something, the more your perception is distorted. So really the one who sees most clearly is the one who's the most empty. It's like if you can imagine, say, there's a football match or something like that, and it's a international event, and there's 100 commentators around the world making commentary about, each one is commenting about the match. And each one of them is giving a different flavor about it. So who is really reporting the match in its truest light? And nobody. Everyone is only subjective opinion. And their whole country is listening to that subjective opinion and having, oh, so that was the match. That was the match. You see? And then even the people who are inside the stadium itself, 100,000 people have 100,000 different impressions, uniquely, you see. So it is not, we like to think that our ideas are facts, our opinions and feelings are facts, you see. And this is why it is good to live together as human beings, because we clash, and when we see that it was only my idea, someone else had a different idea, you see. And if you see it in the right light, you can develop a great amount of wisdom because of this. But if you still hang on to your person, then it turns into conflict, because you cannot put down your idea.
Yes.
The one who sees ideas merely as a sort of, or better still, the one who has understood or realized themselves, they are not somehow intimidated by any idea, any concept at all. They use them because there's a practical use for thoughts and also for things to do and so on. They understand all of this. But they don't venerate thoughts. They don't worship thoughts. They don't have such a passionate relationship with thoughts. They make use of them. But realizing themselves, the most powerful vibration within themselves is the vibration of their own awareness being. And everything is happening in this awareness being. Just like if you had the flu for a few weeks, you had the flu. Everything in your life, in your waking state, is taking place in your flu state, whatever it is. In the same way, when you are awake to the self, that vibration from the self, everything that happens, that vibration holds everything. And that is going to be your most powerful impression. Everything else is passing, doesn't matter. But what feels constant is that vibration which is always just ever present with you, you see. Yes.
Thank you, Mooji. It's overwhelming. You're amazing. Thank you.
Is the freedom itself, you see, is really the freedom itself is your highest joy, because your whole life is being experienced inside your freedom. Even sometimes it's so immense that even there's room for sadness even can come. There's room for everything can come, but nothing can stay. Everything come and go. This is freedom, you see. I have really enjoyed this time with you, and I don't know if perhaps it arises in your heart again to talk again like this. Then if you would like it, then you may write to myself or Krishna Bai, she's here, and we can set up another time to talk like this if you want. And yeah, okay. I would like just to take a few minutes with you and just to focus a bit quietly about something. Just as you are here, right there where you are, you can move about a little bit. Just be comfortable and try not to hold anything in your mind at all. You can do this. It's not difficult. As though we have made a sort of like some invisible hole inside your back, and all your thoughts about the world and yourself and future and past and your children and your work and your money and your job and all these things. All these things just leak away, right out they come. And only inside there is just this space. Only the space is there now. And you're not holding a space. You're not holding anything. You're simply here. And you're not picking up any new ideas. Your senses are working perfectly fine. So, if there's a smell of lavender in the room, you will smell it. It will not smell like roses. You will distinctly perceive that. But you're not doing anything special for that to happen. There's no thoughts about the past or future, or even about this present moment. No thoughts are required. Just a state of simple, deep, effortless space and peace. That's all. And I'm not going to put any instructions in your head. I want you to stay just like it is now. If a thought should appear, just like a cloud, let it be. It caused no problem. Simply don't identify with it. You can perceive it, but don't follow. Simply stay inside your being. And one more thing, you're not waiting. You're not waiting for any experience now, for any event or anything new to happen. You're not waiting. Waiting is not good. You simply are. So, no next. No next. No next thought or next feeling. It's just like this, just as it is, like this. There's no expectations from you. So there's nothing to become, nothing to change, nothing to practice, nothing to destroy, nothing to build. Just ground zero. You stay like that. Even there's no effort to stay even. And yet you're not asleep. You're fully awake. Beyond awake, in fact. Effortless. You're simply in a state of pure awareness. It is not a religion. Let's not even call it meditation or anything. Just you're here. It's not a Buddhist feeling. It's not a Christian feeling. It's not a Jewish feeling. It's like a feelingless feeling may be present. But even this you are not. It's simply there. And don't touch any identity for a moment. So you're not a daughter or a wife or a child or an aunt or nothing at all. These are labels that we function in life normally, and it will continue at some point. But right now, you don't have to be picking up anything at all. You're only as you truly are. You're no color. You're not blue or red or green. Yeah, it's just like this you are. And again, remember, you're not waiting. No waiting. No expecting. Why? Because you are fine as you are. Feel the space of this. Feel the space of yourself. You're not imagining this. It is here already. If it's here, you don't have to imagine. The mind wants to make some commentary about it, but it's not required. Whatever is happening is just happening. It's not a story. If the leaves of a tree is blowing in the wind, it is not a story. What does it mean? It means the leaves are blowing in the wind, that is all. If somebody gives you a tomato, you'll not mistake it for an egg. This is the wonderfulness of consciousness. It doesn't need any extra help. It is already functioning perfectly by itself. And it has always been like this. And now this feeling is here, another moment, another feeling is here. It's quite okay. You're none of this feeling, nor the next feeling, or the past feeling. But you have no fight with feelings. They simply come and go. But something here is not coming and going. It just is. And because it is, everything can come and go. It is not that you don't care. It's just that you don't mind. Feel how light you are, even weightless even. And this is your natural state. It is not a contrived state. It is your natural state. And naturally, one feels relaxed. I see the dogs lying on the floor, very happy, resting in their own silence, in their own being. They're not saying, oh, this is a satsang, but they also are responding to the energy of satsang. You don't have to be full. of information. There's no particular way to be. But like this, you're simply happy. And free beyond even the concept of freedom. You are. Don't try to do anything about this. Don't even try to be more free. Just be as you are. And next time we have a chance to sit together again, maybe you give me some feedback, let me see what. Maybe I'll even notice it before you speak about it even. So, just let me say thank you, and I love you, and thank you. Yes. Enjoy, enjoy. Shalom. Love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you, love you. Very good. Very good. I leave you with this blessing as we do that whoever feels in their heart that they want to explore more fully, to come more fully in the truth of who you are, then may you come completely to the realization of the truth and be timelessly free and happy. May you expand in so much with wisdom and joy. And may all who meet you on this path we call life be inspired by your presence and silence and peace, your universality, your love and openness, you see, so that they will begin perhaps to search within themselves for the light that they perceive in you and find this joy that is your natural state. And let it be so. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. Bye for now. Very good.